Welcome to War India News Hour. India is geared to play the key role in tech and innovation. India is one of the fastest growing tech and telecom markets and is poised to play a key role in the global economy and future of technology and innovation. This is as per the Verizon Business Group. With the growing middle class, almost unrivaled talent pool, commitment to research and development and innovation has made India one of the world's strongest digital economies. 2020 demonstrated the ability of cyber adversaries to leverage dramatic changes happening in our daily lives as new opportunities for attacks at an unprecedented scale. Going into 2021 and beyond, we will face another significant shift with the rise of new intelligent edges, which is about more than just end users and devices remotely connected to the network. Targeting these emerging edges will not only create new attack vectors, but groups of compromised devices could work in concert to target victims at 5G speeds. To get out ahead of this coming reality, all edges must be a part of a larger integrated and automated security fabric platform that operates across the core network, multi-cloud environments, branch offices and remote workers. On the 5G landscape, the impact of next-generation technology on the economy and businesses would be truly transformational for the country. Going forward, 5G network within a facility will bring data transit speed to many times less than the blink of an eye, that is eventually less than 10 milliseconds end-to-end response time. The possibilities are truly endless, which is why many countries are going all out to deploy this technology. A recent report from Motilal Oswal Financial Services has pegged investments in key components of 5G network on mid or low band spectrum with pan-India coverage at about rupees 1.3 to 2.3 lakh crores. Not to be surprised, the 5G consumer market is going to be worth 31 trillion USD by 2030 globally. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Google to come up with new Google Pay app for Android and iOS. Google Pay has geared to support the digital bank accounts while there have been rumors of a broader revamp. Google is unveiling this new Pay app with a video announcement. In a statement, it said, "We invite you to watch live and learn more about the new Google Pay app designed to help you improve your relationship with money. It is coming to Android and iOS starting in the US. The video description says the new application will help improve your relationship with money. Cisco is enhancing its cloud-native portfolio with Banzai Cloud acquisition. Cisco is all set to buy the container security firm Banzai Cloud for an undisclosed amount, and it expects the acquisition to close by the end of Cisco's second quarter fiscal 2021. Banzai is known for developing Kubernetes-based cloud application development and security technology. It will become part of Cisco's emerging technologies and incubation group, where the company brews new projects for cloud-native networking, security and edge computing environments. PortShift will become part of Cisco's emerging technologies and incubation group. Peter Zatko, aka Mudgate, appointed as head of security in Twitter. Twitter, which is under increasing threat of regulation and plagued by serious security breaches, is appointing a famous hacker, Mudgate, to tackle everything from engineering missteps to misinformation. The new position of head of security will be giving him a broad mandate to recommend changes in structure and practices. He is expected to take over management of key security functions after a 45 to 60 days review. ICBC, a Chinese bank, offered share in NPCI. Many are surprised on the move by NPCI, the regulator for retail payments. Chinese bank ICBC had secured a bank branch license to operate in India from RBI almost a decade ago, and ICBC is one among 131 RBI regulated entities, including all foreign banks to whom the shares have been offered. ICBC, though, is yet to subscribe to its export of NPCI shares. However, NPCI clarifies that NPCI has not issued any shares to ICBC. Vodafone Idea rated the highest broadband users in August. Vodafone Idea is planning to fundraise rupees 25,000 crores in the next 2 to 3 months. As per reports, it added 4.6 million broadband subscribers in August and the highest among all telcos. However, analysts believe this may not be enough to sustain the telco's long-term financial requirements. As per Telecom Regulatory Authority of India's data, rival telco Bharti Airtel added 3.2 million mobile broadband users, while Reliance Jio registered 1.9 million during the month. New data center policy to simplify rules and attract investments. India is witnessing a transition from an emerging to a developed market economy, and digital is slated to play a key role in this journey. The size of the digital economy in India is estimated to grow from $200 billion in 2017-18 to a staggering $1 trillion by 2025. The proposed national data center policy aimed at simplifying existing rules and giving it infrastructure status could see big-ticket investments in this space. This policy comes to safeguard the growth seen from the explosion of data through smartphones, social networking sites, e-commerce, digital entertainment, digital education, digital payments, and many other digital businesses or services. There be an FDI ceiling, government tells digital news firms. In a notification from the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, says 4 days after it brought digital news portals and video streaming platforms like Netflix under its jurisdiction, the ministry has also asked the companies to comply with the 26% cap on foreign direct investments, that is FDI, sanctioned last year. It has also asked digital media entities to furnish information regarding their shareholding pattern and financial details within 1 month. Digital media entities that intend to bring in fresh foreign investments will need to get the government's approval. Flipkart Group to focus aggressively into the augmented reality-based opportunities. Flipkart has announced 100% acquisition of augmented reality startup Skapic to enhance its shopping experience capabilities. Skapic is a cloud-based platform which enables creation and publishing of augmented reality and 3D content, currently serving clients across e-commerce and marketing. The onboard team of Skapic will work towards accelerating Flipkart's efforts to provide deeper camera experiences, virtual storefronts, and new opportunities for brand advertising on its platform. 5G consumer market could be worth $31 trillion by 2030 as per Ericsson. The fifth generation, that is 5G cellular technology, could drive up to $31 trillion in cumulative consumer revenue in the ICT industry globally by 2030. The report further says that communications service providers, that is CSPs, could earn $3.7 trillion. This figure could further increase with the new adjacent digital services opportunities arise. The report projects that AR is likely to drive more than half of all consumer spending on immersive media by 2030, that is, starting with gaming and extending to other areas like shopping, education, and remote collaboration. Chris Gopalakrishnan appointed as the chairperson of Innovation Hub in RBI. The RBI had announced that it will set up the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, that is RBIH, to promote innovation across the financial sector by leveraging on technology and creating an environment that would facilitate and foster innovation in the month of August. Chris, co-founder and former co-chairman Infosys, will be the first chairperson of the RBIH. RBI said in a statement, RBIH would be guided and managed by a governing council led by a chairperson. COVID update. The Chief Minister of Delhi seeks power from the centre to impose lockdown in markets with potential to be COVID-19 hotspots. Delhi has witnessed a spike in the coronavirus cases since October 28, when the daily rise breached the 5,000 mark for the first time and it crossed the 8,000 mark on Wednesday. Now decided to withdraw the order of allowing 200 guests to attend wedding functions Arvind Kejriwal, Chief Minister, said the centre and all agencies are making double efforts to control the COVID-19 situation in the national capital. To conclude, India does not have 5G services currently, and the government is yet to allocate spectrum to telecom operators for running field trials. While telecom service providers and the industry are closely watching the space with keen interest, given the endless possibilities that 5G offers, about 40% of the revenue projections are attributed to consumer spending on enhanced video, augmented reality, virtual reality and cloud gaming over 5G networks. This is the first time that Ericsson has presented a revenue forecast for the 5G consumer market, which remains the core business of communications service providers. The report highlighted the role of use case development, tariff innovation and quality 5G coverage and ecosystem partnerships to unlock the true potential of this market. The role of government in boosting the economy seems commendable. The recent decision to provide a further boost to the electronics manufacturing sector in India to support the labor-intensive sectors by offering production-linked incentives, that is PLIs, of a little under Rs 1.5 lakh crores to the 10 sectors of the economy will provide a much-needed fillip to the Indian manufacturing sector. This initiative will create more opportunities for Indian and global electronic companies to set up operations within the country, increase manufacturing capabilities, boost production and generate employment. This scheme will make Indian manufacturers competitive globally and attract foreign investments and create a roadmap to use cutting-edge technology and enhance exports and make India a primary leader in the global supply. With this, let's wind up for the day, but do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.